Day for Roc Nation, very good day for the poor and disenfranchised. Roc Nation tried to pimp you out to make themselves billions of dollars, but it didn't work.
Pimp.
And I'm talking about they pulled every stop. They try to bribe politicians. They successfully bribe community leaders. They try to pull and scam their way to this for-profit casino that's supposed to be for black and brown people, but somehow only Jay-Z is going to pocket billions of dollars from this while they exploit gambling habits, increase traffic.
Roc Nation, Jay-Z, you have been exposed.
Traffic, increase crime, and make living in that environment much worse and disastrous for everybody surrounding those environments. But somehow it was for you, and they try to scam their way to securing this license and this deal. But their plans got found out, and it didn't happen, and it didn't work.
Oh, sir.
Yes, good morning. So we've been talking a lot about Jay-Z and him trying to bring the casino to Times Square in partnership with Caesars Entertainment and SL Green. Well, yesterday, Wednesday, a state board rejected the Times Square casino bid from Jay-Z in Roc Nation and those companies that I mentioned. And they had planned and proposed to do this at 1515 Broadway. And, you know, the Community Advisory Board decided in a 4-2 vote that this wasn't something that was going to happen. Now, we do have audio from a meeting that went down yesterday following this decision. Let's take a listen to that.
You know it. We met the standard and then some, and the only one with courage to stand up is the governor and the mayor appointees, and everybody else runs and hides. Go run and hide. Because what you did, the benefits you denied this community and this city and state, you have to live with that history forever.
Right.
If it was meant to be, it would have been. But I just wonder, how does that state board justify not wanting all those hundreds of millions of dollars being invested into that community? Like, who's going to make that kind of investment into Times Square and that community now?
Do these people know no shame? Now, I must give it up, because this is Jay-Z's most lofty attempt at exploiting us for his own profit. You see, Jay-Z wanted to open up a casino in Times Square. The people said, no, you can't, sir. Sorry, bruh. Like, we hear, like, your proposal, but, bruh, like, in the middle of Times Square, bruh, this is people's daily commute. The traffic it brings is going to be, like, disastrous. The increase in crime is going to be disastrous. Also, bruh, we're exploiting people's gambling addiction. It's one thing if the casino is somewhere out there and somebody got to go find it or go search for it.
Right.
But to put it in the middle of people's daily commute where they have to pass this to get to their train, to get to the bus, they have to walk past this. We're just asking for trouble, and morally and consciously, we can't do this, man. So now you have Jay-Z roping in people like Charlamagne the God and Al Sharpton to come and say that the city council's denying Jay-Z the right to open up this casino and make billions of dollars every year is them turning their back on black folks. Is them snubbing their nose at the black struggle. Even Charlamagne the God said, man, who else gonna give back to black folks if Jay-Z can't make billions of dollars off of us? Are you crazy? The proposal that Jay-Z gave wasn't a unique proposal. Literally everybody who have asked the city to build a casino in Times Square, they all come with the same proposal. Oh, we're gonna do for the community. We're gonna give back to the community. Cut it out, bro. All right? The chump change that Jay-Z wanted to give back to the community pales in comparison to the $2 to $5 billion a year Jay-Z is going to make off of that casino in pure profit.
I'm Desiree Perez. I'm the CEO of Roc Nation.
Roc Nation, you guys have a very important vote coming up with SL Green and Caesars Palace to open up a casino in Times Square. What is it going to look like if you guys get the green light?
We believe that this is going to have a positive net financial impact of $1 billion a year for New York City.
Right.
In terms of community, we have created a bunch of programs. They were community thoughtful programs that we've spent the last 4 to 5 years speaking to the community about and have a board forward as part of the package, which is contingent upon us getting the license of helping the community in different ways.
What about job impacts?
Huge. You know, they think Atlantic City, Las Vegas, this is going to be very different. It's just one building. Therefore, because the one building can't just keep the visitors inside.
Right.
The visitors would have to go out and basically explore restaurants and hotels, and so it would be a huge impact in terms of jobs for New York City.
You guys have made, as a collective, a commitment to $250 million over the next 10 years in those investments. So talk to me a little bit about those programs that you guys have in mind to create.
Not just 250 million, we're also giving 0.5% of the revenue of SL Green, Roc Nation, and Caesar's Palace to the community in perpetuity.
0.5, guys. Not even 1.5. 0.5. Out of 100%, they get 0.5. Like what?
We have the license. So the licenses, I believe, are going to be 25 to 30 years. Okay. So in that period of time, whether we're here or not, if the casino is open, meaning here alive, if the casino is open, the 0.5% goes to the community. It's given to the West Side Community Fund. And really what we did is we kind of went into the different communities, had conversations with the tenants, and heard what they needed. And what I heard was security, safety, paramount. We know how things are. Schubert Alley is very dangerous in that area, and the crime has gone up, obviously, since COVID. A lot of people have lost jobs. There's a lot of homelessness. So the parts of the packages actually mitigate those issues.
These people are ridiculous. They're really looking at camera in his eyes and speaking as if they're doing something for anyone other than themselves. So the payment for disrupting someone's daily commute. If, let's say, you are waking up at 6 a.m. in the morning to shower, eat breakfast, get together, and then take your 1 hour commute to work to get to work by 9 a.m., that commute would probably increase to 2 hours or 3 hours due to the traffic. So now your daily commute is times 2, times 3, because Jay-Z wants to make an extra $2 to $3 billion. Now, coming home from work and having to walk by, now the crime is increased. Now it's a little bit dangerous now. And God forbid you have an uncle or cousin who's already a gambling addict. Now they got to walk past that like casino in Times Square. This doesn't benefit poor, black and brown, or poor white folks or disenfranchised people at all. It only benefits Jay-Z. Now, Variety wrote an article, because they've been investigating this from day one, and they got a lot more characters and players in this other than Jay-Z. Jay-Z was able to rope in a lot of black media figures and black culture figures like Al Sharpton and Charlemagne and Alicia Keys. He was able to rope in a lot of people. Variety wrote an article where they broke down what everybody's role was in this great scam and scheme to exploit black trauma for Jay-Z's pockets. I want to apologize to my people at Vanity Fair. It's actually Vanity Fair who wrote this article. It was my boy Noah Schachman. All right, shout out to Noah, not Variety, okay? So the article reads, tens of billions of dollars, thousands of jobs, and quite possibly the fate of New York's most iconic industry and most awful tourist trap were all at stake. But the closing days of a years-long fight over whether to build a casino in Times Square seems to revolve around one man, Jay-Z. They also included like a snippet from like when Al Sharpton went out to like do a rally on behalf of Jay-Z. Now, if it's one person who knows how to galvanize black folks, it's Al Sharpton, okay? You even see like the ludicrous chant that Al Sharpton was like chanting, say yes, Times Square, yes, time, in Times Square, Jay-Z, he shouted. Galvanizing black folks, okay? So it reads, man. Hove, through his entertainment firm, Roc Nation, poured hundreds of millions into a stake in the project, according to his CEO, Desiree Perez. Then Roc Nation joined Holiday's company, SL Green, and Caesars Entertainment in spending millions and millions more promoting it to sometimes weary lawmakers, municipal bureaucrats, and the public at large. The goal, secure one of 3 licenses for casinos in the New York area. On Wednesday, everything fell apart before a bid could even be considered by the state's regulators. It had to capture 4 of 6 votes from a community advisory committee, which we already heard, all appointed by local politicians. That vote finally happened after years of buildup, and the committee decisively rejected the bid, fortitude against Jay-Z's big play in Times Square. Obviously, they're saying this casino is going to cause more harm than good. We don't want it in our city. You're about to witness, through excerpts, Jay-Z, Desiree Perez, they tried to pimp you out. You see, it wasn't enough.
How dare
their
you?
merits were not enough. Their proposal was not enough. How many people they bribed was not enough. They then resorted to, we doing this for the community, yo. We doing this for black and brown people, yo. Black and brown people need these jobs we about to create. Huh? Black and brown people need these jobs. Huh? Uh-huh. This is the title scam yet again. Black and brown people need their own streaming service. Black and brown artists are being cheated out of their earnings. He started Tidal. Black and brown artists weren't being paid that much differently on Tidal than they were on Spotify and Apple Music. The only difference is Jay-Z was able to sell the company for $300 million, and not one artist got a dime from out that sale, even though they were being listed as co-owners and co-founders and investors. Nicki Minaj is still asking to get her cut of the $300 million that Jay-Z got from selling Tidal that was supposed to be black-owned. Why? Wait, I thought the mission was to create a black-owned service for black folks to service black folks. All of a sudden, when you got an offer for $300 million, you don't need it to be black-owned no more? Examples time after time after time of pimping us out. Despite support from the mayor and the governor of New York, which again, they're all bought out by Roc Nation and Jay-Z, we know this, okay? It's massive loss for all the partners in a Times Square casino project, including its most famous one, whose up from nothing, keep close to the street story was at the center of the closing argument. We from these neighborhoods, see, this is how they get us, people. This right here is how they pimp us out, okay? Jay-Z was telling them folks he deserved the license to make billions of dollars off of black trauma because we's from these neighborhoods, sir. Jay-Z told the advisory committee members as they sat across a conference table over the summer. We hear a lot of talk about community. We are the community. Remember I told you about how Jay-Z's goal is to monetize his authority in the culture? Jay-Z do these social justice initiatives because he wants to be presented as the king of hip-hop, as the king of the culture. So when it's time to go to meetings like this, I am hip-hop. I am the community. Man, bruh, it ain't work this time, man. So he goes, we're not saying give it to us because we happen to be black, Hispanic, and female. They put out every minority stop there is, bruh. Perez tells me right before the big vote, no, that's not what we're saying, of course not. But we are saying don't ignore who we are, what we stand for, where we come from, where we've been, everything that we've accomplished. Please don't ignore that. Why would that matter? The approval for the casino, the approval for the casino is strictly on, is this casino going to hurt the community more than help it? All that we black, female, Hispanic, minority stuff, bro, don't mean nothing, bro. Tell that to the birds who care to listen. It's about how is this casino gonna help more than it hurts. And y'all ain't proved that, homie. So, and as for the forces opposing the casino, the theater types who worry that tourists might gamble away their Broadway money, or that a casino might poison Broadway's delicate ecosystem, create traffic in Midtown, and to borrow a phrase from a different rapper, not like us, Jay-Z's allies argue that opponents weren't just a bunch of finger-wagging hall monitors standing in the way of thousands of black and brown people getting casino jobs. They were, according to Al Sharpton, oligarchs. It was an iconic choice of words given Jay-Z's billionaire status, okay? So them folks try to play the black card, bruh. So Jay-Z told them folks with a straight face, y'all white supremacists and oligarchs, because y'all don't want to give me the right to make billions of dollars off of black trauma and black pain. We're about to witness how these people are literally allergic to conducting business the fair way. These people are literal crooks in every business deal that they do. And them trying to be crooks are parts of the reason why this deal ultimately got denied, okay? They try to grease every palm. They try to bribe their way to this deal being sealed. Take a look at this foolishness, though, okay? So early on during the Times Square group, okay, they approach a state senator. Take a look at this arrogance, okay? So they put together their little group that was going to be in control of putting forward a package to sell the city. They approached the state senator, Liz Kruger. Now, do you think somebody named Liz Kruger care about anything about Jay-Z or Beyonce or hip-hop? I don't think so. She may have been a diehard gambling opponent. She once says, I voted against bingo in church basements, she once told me. But she controlled one of the 6 votes on the Times Square CAC. In a Zoom meeting, she says the casino team asked her if she wanted to meet Jay-Z. And she responded back, why? I don't like his music particularly, she recalled saying. They're like, you don't want to meet Jay-Z? Well, you know who he's married to, right? Beyonce. You don't meet Beyonce? That didn't work. You know what else they tried, bruh? These people are allergic to doing deals the fair way, man. While everybody else who's putting these bids together, they putting these bids together the fair way, okay? They're doing things the right way. They're following by the rules. Desiree Perez and Roc Nation is trying to circumvent the rules
Crooks.
And scheme their way to this contract. You know what they do next?
That's all that mean, bro. They crooks.
Bruh. So after trying to bribe the senator didn't work, they pull their attention to the ops because there's a coalition of people who's against this. And one of the people at the top or the head or the lead of this coalition against casinos being built, Roc Nation found a way to sink their teeth into this person. The person name is Alada Lafarge. So they put together like this whole little grand event. They put together like an 8-hour free buffet for the locals and the people in the community to come and eat for free. And they brought celebrities like Fat Joe for star power, you know, to get the support of the community, right? So one of the people who was there is a lady by the name of Alita. Now, she will say that she believes that it's a predatory business, right? Now, she's the president of the Tenants Association at the Manhattan Plaza, a massive apartment complex with subsidized units for people working in the arts, okay? She grew up in Atlantic City, and she would explain, like, casinos in Atlantic City, they promised to lift up the local economy, but did the opposite instead, okay? So the association, they joined the Broadway League of No Times Square Casino Coalition. They were united. They found a way to sink their teeth into a letter. You know what they did, bro? The following September, all of a sudden, Alada struck a more conciliatory tone. All of a sudden, she says, we are to listen to what they have to say and what they have to offer. We want to listen now. We were under no circumstance can a casino come. Now, oh, we want to listen. You know why she all of a sudden want to listen? So, executive, right? So shortly after, local news outlet The City published an unsigned $20,000 a month contract for Lafarge to provide strategic counsel to the casino project. So all it took was Roc Nation and Jay-Z bribing this person with $20,000 a month in perpetuity, so it's like 25 to 30 years while they have the license, right? In strategic counsel, which meaning, bro, you sit home and you don't do nothing, bro. If $20K a month is a bargain for the $2.3 billion they about to make per year, all right? So Roc Nation says Lafarge never signed the deal, but that we continue to speak to her, and Lafarge continued to be a conduit to the community It was one of many such offers Perez added. We have another community leader that did take a consultant fee and did sign up for us to work with her so she could lead us. Now, by the way, the people who they're offering $20,000
What we gotta do, bro? If somebody offers you $20,000 a month to do something, I personally say, shoot, I'm gonna need $10K more a month, so I'm gonna need $30K a month to do it. And yeah, I'll be down, bro. I don't care what it is, to be honest.
month contract to aren't the black and brown people they claim they about to provide jobs to. All right? So your abuela or your nana or your grandma, if you're black, she's about to scrub the toilets in them bathrooms for $9 an hour while La Fuega is getting $20,000 a month to do nothing. Once the community leaders were bought out and they ain't standing in the way no more, they went ahead and targeted the residents at the apartment complex nearby. The residents at the apartment complex who's going to be affected by this. The ones who are going to have to deal with the noise. The one who are going to have to deal with the increase in traffic in their commute. The one who's going to have to deal with the increase in crime. And apparently they were successful in doing that as well through bribery. They recruited Alicia Keys. Now, Alicia Keys, who's a Roc Nation client who grew up in Manhattan Plaza, they says, reportedly met with residents who were residents of the Manhattan Plaza that day to talk up the deal. The Tenants Association then withdrew from the anti-casino coalition a few days after that. Now, they weren't comfortable taking a $22.5 million over 15 years to Manhattan Plaza, which, like, fam, come on, bro. Yo, fam, they gave away their power for $22 million over 15 years. So divide that by 15. What's that? A little over 1 point something million per year from a company that's making $2 to $3 billion a year. Man, cut it out, bro. So the residents' reactions were mixed. More than a few worried that the grant had hidden strings attached. There were disagreements about whether to accept the casino funds. So the $22.5 million was withdrawn and redirected to a more broad-based community fund, as you guys can see right here, man. So also, too, they helped convince mayoral frontrunner Zohan Madani to table his previous opposition to casinos. Man, listen, bro. They told Zohan, hey, listen, man. All right? If you want the black support, Jay-Z, this is my community. It's Roc Nation, yo. Hove is Hove. It's Hove. I'm the king of black culture, Zohan. You go against me, you won't win this. So Zohan took a step back. They even recruited our boy Charlamagne the God, yo, again, I love Charlamagne, bro. But I feel like, yo, if Charlamagne is going to talk about this casino and present himself as, yo, I'm giving a non-biased opinion, he should at least mention that he was part of the coalition. That Charlamagne the God popped up by a CNC hearing and expressed his support. So did Fat Joe, who introduced himself by his given name and his Bronx zip code. Joseph Cartagena 10456. Man, come on, man. Y'all let me know. Were you guys pro this casino? Do you guys feel like Jay-Z got a raw deal? That Jay-Z was trying to help black folks with this casino?
Yeah.
Let me know in the comment section, okay? And if you're still watching.
Yeah, bro. I think it's wicked and cruel.